President Xi is welcoming his guests to the roundtable.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, first one to come up and shake his hand. You see the large number of photographers there capturing every moment of this. Christine Lagarde now making her way. Perhaps she'll share some tea with him later today.
I hope so.
Big smile.
世界银行行长金庸
Jin-Yong Kim of the World Bank, Director General of the World Bank.
The photo op, critically important.
Followed by Prime Minister Samdech Hun Sen of Cambodia. The photo op venue is on the first floor of the International Convention Center, and then they will step to the second floor roundtable hall for a summit meeting.
President Kenyatta, is that who's coming up? No,
no,
take
it's
it back.
Mr. Hailemariam Desalegn from Ethiopia, Prime Minister of Ethiopia.
斐济总理姆拜尼拉马拉
And Mr. Varek Bainimarama, Prime Minister of Fiji. Pacific Island country.
Warm handshake there.
希腊总理齐普拉斯
And this is Mr. Alexis Tsipras, Prime Minister of Greece. As he always does, tireless.
Tireless. At some point, the ties will return, but not until the economy comes back. So.
匈牙利总理欧尔班
Followed by Viktor Orban, Prime Minister of Hungary, on his third visit to China as Prime Minister at this time.
Hungary obviously wanted to be an active participant in the Belt and Road Initiative. He's made that statement in the past and clearly excited to be here.
Mr. Lloyd Hart, Miss Lloyd Hart of Switzerland, Doris Lloyd Hart.
"意大利总理珍蒂洛尼
And Mr. Paolo Gentiloni, Prime Minister of Italy. He visited China in 2015 when he was Foreign Minister under Matteo Renzi's government.
One of the founding members of the Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank.
塞尔维亚总理武契奇
And Prime Minister of Serbia, Mr. Vučić, is here to meet with President Xi.
He had a state visit to Serbia back in June, President Xi did. The two countries signed more than 20 deals covering investment, trade,
缅甸
people-to-people
国务资政
exchanges.
昂山素季
Aung San Suu Kyi from Myanmar coming up now. We saw her arrive earlier in her big, beautiful red
And
outfit. There
she's
she
coming in the capacity of State Counselor of Myanmar. And she served as the chairperson of the Myanmar's National
巴基斯坦总理
Democracy
谢里
Party,
夫
which is the ruling party. Now Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif from Pakistan. Is now on hand to meet with President Xi. Pakistan, of course, enjoys all-weather friendship relations with China and is an important country in the Belt and Road Initiative as the China-Pakistan
马来西亚
economic
总理
corridor
纳吉布
is to be established. And Prime Minister Najib Razak of Malaysia. This is his second visit to China in just 6 months.
波兰总理谢德沃
And the Prime Minister of Poland now making her way there. This is her first visit to China, I should say, since she took office. That was back in 2015. And she held talks with President Xi on Friday.
Beata Ciclo, this is her first visit to China since 2015 when she took office. Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy from Spain. And this is Rajoy's third visit to China as Prime Minister of Spain. And Spain is also a founding member of AIIB. Mr. Ranil Wickremesinghe, Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. This is his second visit to China since he took office in 2015, and he expressed that Sri Lanka appreciates China's role in global economic stability and growth.
Mongolia's leader now making his way there for the handshake and photo opportunity.
Mr. Jakutogen Erdenbad, this is his first visit to China since taking office as Prime Minister. He met with President Xi with his delegation of 40 members talking about economic incorporation.
Argentine President Mauricio Macri now making his way over to shake the hand of President Xi Jinping.
And President Macri said that his country is willing to communicate and coordinate with China in global affairs.
Michelle Bachelet now making her way, the president of Chile. We have the South American contingent there, back to back.
Yes.
Shaking hands, big smile.
Mr. Alexander Lukashenko, President of Belarus. Belarus, among the Central Asian countries, have a huge piloting project that is China-Belarus Industrial Park, just outside Minsk.
He's said that he's hoping that this forum will shed light on some new drivers of growth, and I'm sure with the brainstorming that's going on here, we're likely to see that.
Mr. Milo Zeman, President of the Czech Republic. Zeman met with President Xi several times when he met with President Xi in Czech Republic in 2016. President Xi visited there. They signed a joint statement of strategic partnership. And Zeman said the Czech Republic is a partner for China with the EU, and the country is willing to give its own influence to make more contribution promoting ties between Europe and China. And Czech was one of the earliest countries to have diplomatic relations with China.
Kenyatta, the president of Kenya, now will make his way to shake hands with President Xi Jinping. Of course, we've talked a lot about Kenya and the importance in this whole Belt and Road Initiative. Mombasa, the port there, rail efforts as well. Kenya very much on board with this in a big, big way.
Joko Widodo, President of Indonesia. This is his fourth visit to China since he took office in 2014.
He's looking for investments in infrastructure, ports, airports, dams, construction of economic zones in Indonesia. President of Laos now making his way to see the president of China. This is his third visit to China since he took office in April of last year. Rodrigo Duterte, I believe, is next up, president of the Philippines. His first visit to China this year. He's, as you pointed out rightly, he has said some rather controversial things about China and many other things, but
his determination to turn policy towards China in a friendly way, rather different from his predecessor, is a turning point for ASEAN relations with China. We have Mr. Nursultan Nazarbayev, President of Kazakhstan. That's where Chinese president raised the idea of Belt and Road in 2013.
Good neighboring countries is how he describes the relationship with China.
And now we have President of Kyrgyzstan, Mr. Atambayev. Kyrgyzstan is also an important country in Central Asia, and we supply to China, and an important link in the Silk Road economic belt. President Chen Ta-Quang from Vietnam.
He arrived right around noontime on Thursday, one of the first to arrive here in Beijing.
We have President of Uzbekistan, Mr. Mirkeyev. Uzbekistan is also a Central Asian country.
Big handshake, big nod as he makes his way.
He assumed office only last year, the president of Uzbekistan.
Russian President Vladimir Putin now, we expect to see. There he is, making his way to shake hands with President Xi Jinping. Thrusts his hand out there, big smile.
The two countries who are UN Security Council's members.
And the two gentlemen will make their way to the round table together.